I gave my password to a voice that sounded just like my brother. Jamie was reheating leftover pizza when his phone buzzed. A WhatsApp voice note from his brother Liam. He pressed play. "Matey, I'm locked out of my email. It's linked to yours. Can you send the reset code? It's urgent. I've got a work deadline." Jamie didn't think twice. The voice was unmistakable. The same dry tone. The little grunt at the end, like Liam was half frustrated, half apologizing. He'd heard that voice in 100 context-quick chats, birthday voicemails, late-night calls after the pub. This wasn't just familiar, it was personal. And it made sense. Liam worked in project management, always juggling logins and platforms. Jamie had helped him with tech stuff before. Years ago, Liam had asked to link a recovery email to Jamie's Gmail because his own inbox had been acting up. Totally normal between brothers. Now he was locked out, stressed, clearly rushing. Jamie glanced at the phone. The 6-digit verification code had just landed in his inbox. He copied it, replied to the voice note with a thumbs up emoji, then pasted the code in a new message. It wasn't even a question. It was my brother. Of course I helped. Message sent. He took a bite of his pizza. Pepperoni and regret would come later. Back then it was just another Tuesday. Cold slice. Warm phone. It didn't even occur to him to double check. Why would it? Liam's voice. Liam's urgency. Liam's words. The thing is, scams don't always sound foreign or robotic. Sometimes they sound like someone you've known all your life. And that's what made it dangerous. The next voice note came 10 minutes later. "Cheers for that, mate. Just one more thing, need the backup code now. System's asking for it." Jamie was already unlocking his email again. He scrolled down the inbox, found the security prompt, and sent the 6-digit backup code without replying. No need for Chaith was used to doing tech stuff for Liam, who'd always joked that Jamie had it guy patience. Another voice note came through almost immediately. "Legend, you've saved my skin. One last favor, I need access to the backup recovery link. It should have hit your inbox just now. Forward it quick, please." Jamie nodded to himself, already tapping forward. There was nothing suspicious about it. This was what brothers did. Help each other, cover for each other's mess-ups. And the voice on the other end? Still Liam. Still low and dry and slightly irritated like he always was when things didn't work the first time. He played one of the earlier notes again while waiting for the next message, just to check if he'd missed anything. "Mate, seriously don't know what I'd do without you. Buying you a pint next time I'm up." Jamie chuckled. That was Liam. Always promising pints, always saying he owed you one, and somehow never paying. It felt like any normal Tuesday until it didn't. Because when the next message came, it didn't ask for a code. It said, "Let me know when you're free. I'll FaceTime you. Want to show you what I've been working on." Jamie paused. FaceTime? Liam hated FaceTime. He never used it. He even once said, "What am I? 16?" When Jamie tried to video call. Something tugged at Jamie's mind. A thread, small but stubborn. He clicked on Liam's profile photo. Still there. Still smiling with their dog, Alfie. But now, Jamie was noticing the blur. The slight, unnatural look. Like it had been copied. It was still his voice, still his jokes. But now, something inside me had started whispering, what if it's not him at all? The next voice note was longer. "Also, tell Mum I'll swing by after her shift. I forgot to text her this morning." Jamie paused. He replayed it. "Tell Mum I'll swing by after her shift." Something snagged in his mind. A small tug, but sharp. Mum didn't have a shift. She'd retired 2 years ago. Proud day. NHS community nurse, 40 years on the job. Her leaving card was still on the mantelpiece, signed in every colour of felt tip by neighbours and old colleagues. And swing by? Liam hated that phrase. Jamie could practically hear him rant. "I'm not a teenager on a scooter, Jamie. Say visit. Say come over. Swing by sounds like bad American TV." That wasn't Liam's phrase. Not even close. Jamie opened the voice note again, tapped it once more, slower this time. The tone was right. The accent was right. Even the casual laziness perfect. But that sentence, that one sentence, it was like hearing your favorite song miss a beat. Small but wrong. That's when something cracked. The trust I'd given so easily started leaking out. He suddenly noticed how smooth all the messages had been. How efficient. No rambling. No awkward pauses. Not even Liam's usual mmm's. That wasn't normal. Liam was always slightly scattered. He once took 10 minutes to ask for a Netflix password. Jamie's stomach dropped. He typed out, "Where are you right now?" No response. He sent, "What was Mum's retirement gift?" Still no reply. He tried calling, the number went straight to voicemail. He flipped back to the earlier messages and listened again. Noticed how each one sounded trimmed, edited. Like a performance. The rhythm was Liam, the words weren't. In 2 seconds, I'd gone from helpful brother to suspicious target. And the voice that felt like home now felt like an echo I didn't trust. Jamie stood up slowly, phone in hand. His pizza was still sitting on the counter, stone cold now. But that was the last thing on his mind. Jamie rang Liam's actual number. Straight to voicemail. No ringtone, no delay. Just the robotic voice telling him to leave a message. He tried again. Same result. He opened WhatsApp, stared at the chat window. The messages were all one way. His codes, his responses. The voice notes came like instructions, never replies. He typed, "What's Mum's retirement gift?" Still no response. Then he typed, "What song did you cry to when Alfie died?" Send. Tick. No reply. Jamie left WhatsApp and opened Instagram. Searched Liam's profile. Still there. Same display photo. Same bio. But no stories in days. No new posts since last week. Liam was the kind of person who posted everything. His morning oat lattes. His Spotify screenshots. His grumbling gym selfies. It had been unusually quiet. Jamie sat back down and tapped play on the last voice note. He turned the volume up, listening closely. The voice still had that warmth, that edge of sarcasm Liam always carried. But now, it felt manufactured, as if it had been edited together from a script. Like each sentence had been stitched together with precision. There were no ums, no laughter under the breath, no long pauses while he searched for the right word. It was Liam's voice, but perfectly clean. Jamie closed his eyes, listening again. Something in the tone was too even, too processed. He opened YouTube and searched AI voice scams WhatsApp UK. Dozens of results. Deepfake voice attacks. Voice clone fraud. Scammer uses sibling's voice to steal bank access. Each video a warning, each headline a mirror. His heart started racing. Not panic recognition. I wasn't being paranoid. I was being played. He leaned forward, scrolling through every message in the chat again. He read them like a stranger now. The rhythm was Liam's. The timing, the charm. But it was someone else holding the pen. Jamie typed it slowly, like part of him still didn't believe it. WhatsApp voice clone scam UK. He hit enter. The results exploded across the screen. News articles, Reddit threads, YouTube videos, AI scammers using cloned voices to steal data. Heard my brother's voice lost 2-0 in minutes. Voice deepfakes now targeting families. He clicked on one from the BBC. A woman in Nottingham received a voice note from her daughter asking for urgent help. She sent login codes, bank info, everything. It wasn't her daughter. Another article said, criminals now scrape social media clips to generate near-perfect replicas of loved ones' voices. Victims often don't realize it's fake until it's too late. Jamie leaned back, mouth slightly open. It hit him like a wave. Not panic, not yet. But something colder, more intimate. Violation. They hadn't guessed passwords. They hadn't broken in. They hadn't even faked an emergency. They'd simply sounded like someone I loved and waited for me to open the door. His stomach tightened. He opened Liam's Instagram again. Clicked a reel from months ago. Liam laughing, speaking. Clear audio. Perfectly scannable. The pieces fell together. That's how they got it. That's how they built the voice. Jamie whispered to himself, barely audible. It wasn't him. He stared at the phone in disbelief. Every word that had felt warm now felt synthetic. Every moment of trust now seemed rehearsed. They never met me, but they studied my world, then wore its voice like a mask. Jamie went straight to his email. Session expired. He entered his password. Password incorrect. Tried again. No luck. He clicked forgot password and waited. The recovery option changed. Panic now crept in, not loud but steady, like a rising tide. He opened his work laptop and launched Slack. Signed out. Re-entered credentials. A red banner popped up. This account has been suspended due to suspicious activity. He froze. Not just his inbox, not just his WhatsApp. His job was now part of the damage. He opened his banking app. Biometric login failed. He tried the password manually. Failed. Tried again. A banner appeared. Multiple failed login attempts. Your account is temporarily locked. Please contact support. Jamie stood there, phone in hand, his own world tilting sideways. This wasn't just data loss. This was identity theft and autopilot. They didn't need to hack anything. I walked the information straight to them because it sounded like love. He sat down at his kitchen table. Pizza box still open. Room suddenly too quiet. What began with a casual voice note had spiraled into full access mails, messages, even work systems. Not because he was gullible, not because he was reckless, because someone sounded enough like Liam to lower every one of his defenses. They didn't break in. I gave them the keys, smiling, willingly. And now? All he had left were questions. No access, no certainty. Just the hum of betrayal sitting heavy in his chest. Jamie sat at his desk, laptop open, inbox empty. No break-in, no stolen phone, just a borrowed voice and trust, weaponized. The screen glowed in front of him, but he couldn't focus. Not on fixing things, not on revenge, just the silence. It wasn't the loss that hit hardest. It was the method. They didn't shout. They didn't threaten. They simply sounded like someone he loved, and that was enough. He played one last voice note, knowing now it was fake. It still felt real. They never met me, never saw my face, but they spoke like family, and that was enough to walk straight in. Moral lesson: AI voice scams are no longer the future, they're the present. Always double check even with people you trust. Ask a question only they'd know. Real love doesn't ask for codes through apps. Topsu, call to action. Follow for more real-life warnings that protect your digital life. Subscribe if you've ever trusted a voice and questioned it too late.